guys, thanks for watching. Today's video is going to be my March favorites. I cannot believe that March is over. Shocks me a little bit. I swear every month passes by even faster than the previous. I remember being in like kindergarten and some adult told me like, oh just wait, every year is gonna pass by even faster than the one before. Me being my like 5-year-old self, I was like, what? What? They were right. Time is passing by so quickly. Before I know it, I'm gonna blink and be elderly. For March, I've really been into spring makeup, which is not entirely surprising seeing as it is the transitional month to spring. And surprisingly, here in Canada, our weather has actually been pretty nice. I just made it sound like Canada was like one city. Here in Canada, the sun is shining right now, the birds are chirping, and my neighbor children are screaming. Yep, spring is in the air. So I put together some of the products I have been loving the most this past month and thought I would share them with you. Also, if you'd like to see what's on my face and a tutorial for how I created this makeup look, definitely check out my previous video because it was a tutorial on this exact look. So yeah, let's jump in. Most of these products are some new launches that I've just been obsessed with. So first I'm going to talk about skin. I do have two skincare favorites. The first one is the SkinCeuticals Blemish and Age Solution Decongesting Toner. I've been using this toner for a good like 3 months now and I still have over half of the bottle left. This is by far one of the best toners I've ever used in my life. I recently went off my acne medication, so my skin has been a little troublesome. I've started getting a couple little breakouts and more oil production, so this toner has been amazing for helping to keep my skin clear, fighting any acne that's coming to the surface, but it's also been really good for decongesting a lot of like my blackhead, clogged pores, and also for helping to fade my acne scarring, which is awesome. It's described as a triple combination of exfoliating agents. So the ingredients in this are chemical exfoliants that basically help to get rid of any excess dead skin, unclog pores, stimulate cell turnover, basically just really helping to smooth out the skin, decongest the skin, and just keep things as they should be. So I like to apply this, of course, after my cleanser. I spray it on a cotton pad and then wipe my skin with it. It is not recommended to spray this directly onto your face. Probably don't want to get this on your eye area. It does have quite a strong alcohol smell, to be honest with you, but it is a very safe cosmetic grade of alcohol that basically just helps keep it in its liquid form. This has honestly been amazing for help keeping my skin under control and fighting any breakouts as they come to the surface. My next skincare favorite is sort of skincare, sort of makeup. It's actually the Pur Miracle Mist. So this is a hydrating and setting spray, but it's a very multi-purpose product. So a lot of people like to use it as a setting spray, which I do think it's great for, but I actually like to use it as a skincare mist. So I will apply it like out of the shower just to kind of help lock in moisture. I'll apply it before my makeup just to give my skin a little bit more of a fresh, hydrated feeling to it. Pur is seriously an amazing brand. They do not test on animals and they are very, very focused on healthy, safe for your skin products. So all the products that they create are ideal for people who want to be sure that they're using good quality, safe ingredients on their skin. This is one of their best-selling products and I honestly think it's one of the best facial sprays out there. It's ideal for people with dehydrated, dry, or fatigued skin, but it's also amazing for oily skins too. It's just kind of an all skin types, balancing, hydrating facial spray. It also contains really amazing ingredients, like it's got natural citrus oils, so orange extract, all that good stuff, that work as electrolytes for your skin. It's very replenishing, it's brightening, and it also contains antibacterial ingredients which will help fight any breakouts that you may be having. It also contains fulvic acid and amino acids, which are just very repairing and replenishing for the skin. Seriously, it smells freaking amazing. Moving on to face products. First product I have been loving, which is a new product for me personally, but one that I've used many, many times on clients. This is the Clarins Instant Smooth Perfecting Touch. So this is basically a pore line smoothing product. It's kind of like a primer. It comes in a little pot like this. It has a very sort of silicone-y texture. Now, I often struggle with products like this that claim to be pore or line smoothing, usually because they always make me break out. Also, products like this tend to pill and like ball up very easily on my skin or make my texture look much worse. This is one of the few that do not do that for me, so I've been using this lately, mostly just in my T-zone to help kind of smooth out my pores and also to help kind of blur my acne scarring, and oh my god, it is so amazing. This is one of those products that is phenomenal to have in your kit if you are a makeup artist, especially doing bridal work. The key to working with this product in particular is you only want to use a tiny amount of it. When you take too much is when it starts to pill and kind of ball up on the skin. Like, I lightly tap my finger in it so there's barely any product on my fingertip. And then before foundation, I'll smooth it downwards, mostly just in this area here. You can also use it if you have like crow's feet or fine lines anywhere on your face. Next is a highlight. I actually have a couple of highlighters in my favorites this month. This is the Smashbox Halo Highlighting Wand. So this one I actually got before it was discontinued last year. It's actually one of my favorites to use, but I haven't wanted to talk about it in a video because it was discontinued. However, Smashbox recently announced that they will be bringing these back. I praise the highlight gods because this one was freaking amazing. It's basically a highlighter that you pump up and it dispenses right through here. It's a liquid highlight. It is so gorgeous. It's seriously one of the easiest highlights to use, especially over top of your foundation if you want more of like a really glowy kind of sheen to your skin. I did use this in my previous tutorial, which I will link below if you want to see it kind of in action. I feel like Smashbox is always kind of ahead of the trends. Like, they had a contour kit before contouring was really a big thing. And it didn't sell that well because no one was into it, so they discontinued it. Then contouring became popular and they were like, oh shit, we gotta bring it back. Same thing's happening with our highlighters. The next highlighting product is the Tarte Skin Twinkle Lighting Palette. This is a highlighting trio that came in their Rainforest of the Sea collection for spring and summer. I'm sure you've seen this. If you follow any of the big YouTubers or beauty gurus, you've seen this, especially if you watch their Snapchats or vlogs when they went to Hawaii. I'm not bitter, not at all. This palette is so stunning. I heard a lot of mixed reviews for the palette. Some people saying it just wasn't that impressive. The textures weren't too great. So I was a little skeptical, but when I swatched it in Sephora, I was like, ugh. It is amazing. I am wearing it on my cheeks today. So it comes with 3 shades. Sunlight is a more kind of pale gold. The middle one is called Filtered Light. It's actually a matte sort of like pale warm tone shade. And then the third shade is Moonlight. So this is much more of like a pinky champagne shade. The middle shade received horrible reviews. Like, people were basically saying it was defective, it was horrible. And at first I actually agreed because the texture of this middle shade is the weirdest thing I've ever felt. It's so thin, it almost feels like rice paper, and you really don't get much color payoff when you try and swatch it. However, I've actually come to really like this shade. So I actually find this shade works really well to set my under eyes. It just kind of sets it in place. The yellow tone helps neutralize my dark circles a little bit, but it doesn't add a ton of product or a ton of coverage. So I like to apply it with a small kind of tapered brush and just lightly press it over top of my under eye concealer to kind of set it in place. Also, the packaging is so cute, like what? I do have a full review of this palette along with swatches, which I'll link below. Next, the Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit. All the beauty bloggers and like YouTubers and beauty gurus have been talking about it, but it wasn't really available here in Canada. Like, unless I wanted to pay an obscene amount for shipping and US dollar to Canadian dollar conversion, which is ridiculous right now. Like, America, why you gotta be so mean to us? Then Anastasia finally started stocking in Sephora Canada online about a few things, not gonna lie. It is also a highlighting kit. It comes with 4 shades. Admittedly, I'll probably only be using 2 shades from this palette, but I couldn't resist. So this is in the shade That Glow. This is the more warmer toned palette. The other one is a little bit more of like an icy, cooler, pinky tone. The textures are super velvety. I'm very, very impressed. I don't find them to be chalky or too glittery. I do think they apply a little bit more on the sheer side, but they give a gorgeous sheen, if you can see that. My 2 favorite colors are definitely Sunburst and Bubbly. Golden Bronze I'll probably have to use as like a bronzer or a bronze booster. Yes, adorable. Another product that is really great to have in your kit if you are a makeup artist or if you do freelance, because there's a shade in here for pretty much everyone. The next face product I have been really loving is the Becca Mineral Blush in the shade Flowerchild. I'll be perfectly honest, I bought this because Jaclyn Hill talked about it, and she's always so pretty that whenever she recommends something, I'm like, I want to look like her. So it's a mineral blush, and this is in a very pretty pinky coral with gold shimmer. It actually reminds me a lot of the MAC Petal Power blush, but the shimmer in this is not as big or chunky, so I think this is a much more subtle version. I was a little confused. Like, I don't know if Jaclyn Hill just has really small hands, but when she talked about it, it looked much bigger. So when I received this, I was like, oh, kind of smaller than I thought it would be. I was actually expecting the size of it to be the same size as the Shimmering Skin Perfectors. So to compare, this is the Shimmering Skin Perfector size, this is the blush. To be honest, it's only a 2-gram difference. Like, I think it would have been better if they made it the same size. I just think it'd be a little bit of a better value because these aren't very cheap. But regardless, it's a beautiful formula. It's super smooth. It blends beautifully on the skin, and it gives you a really healthy, radiant glow. So I am wearing this on my cheeks today. And to apply that, another Jaclyn Hill recommendation and my next favorite, the Morphe E4 Blush Brush. I love slanted, fluffy, tapered brushes. I just think they apply blush in the exact way that I want them to, right along here. I just find it hugs your natural cheekbone. It gives you more of that like sculpted blush look. Super soft. Not to mention it's very affordable. Moving on to lips, my first lip favorite is definitely the Lancome Absolue Precious Cells Lip Balm. So this is a new product. It is pretty pricey. I'm not gonna lie, this is like a $50 lip balm. Yeah. If you're not familiar with the Absolue line from Lancome, it's basically their highest quality, like top tier, most luxurious line that they carry in their range. This one in particular is ultra nourishing, very replenishing, regenerating, hydrating, smoothing, but it also is an anti-aging lip balm. So if you are concerned with fine lines or very dehydrated lips, or if you feel like your lips are losing some density, this is the one for you. It is treatment as well as hydration. It's infused with honey and rose hip, and all of the Absolue Precious Cells products contain natural rose in them. It's honestly one of the best lip balms I've ever used in my life. This seriously treats my lips overnight, and it also has helped to smooth some of the dehydration lines that I do have around my lip area. If you want an ultra like nourishing lip balm, but you're not a huge fan of the texture of the Bite Agave lip mask, this is a good option for you. Next, this is another Lancome lip product. And no, Lancome did not sponsor me. Like, I wish they would sponsor me. I've just gotten a couple of their new products that I'm super excited about. This is the Lancome Juicy Shaker. This is brand new. It's launching in, I think, 10 shades here in Canada, but of course far more in the United States. It is launching, I believe, everywhere this April. This is one of the coolest lip products I've ever tried. When I heard about them, I was like, okay, it's pretty gimmicky, like way to hop on the cushion bandwagon, but it's actually really awesome. So the Juicy Shaker is basically a cushion for your lips. It has a biphase formula, so there's both oil and color pigment suspended in here, and it's inspired by the Martini Shaker, which is so cute. It gives you very hydrated, nourishing, smooth, glossy lips with a sheer wash of color. They're perfect for spring and summer. It's honestly one of the best lip glosses I have ever tried because it is not sticky whatsoever. And surprisingly, I actually really like the cushion tip applicator. The way that Lancome recommends to use this is actually to tip it upside down, shake it, and you'll hear the little ball thing inside shaking it up. This just helps blend the pigment and the oils together and dab it on your lips. This is one of those products that you want to keep in your bag every day during the summer, and you can just throw it on without thinking. The only downside to these is that they are not super long wearing, but the formula is really not intended to be long wearing. It's meant to be very lightweight and nourishing. Very natural, like healthy makeup is so on trend this season, and I think this is the perfect complement to that. That's pretty much it. That completes my favorites for the month. As always, I will include a full list of products mentioned in a blog post down below. Also, make sure you check out my Facebook page because that is where I've been hosting all of my giveaways, and I've been doing about one a month so far. I have some pretty exciting ones coming up. I love doing giveaways. I feel like Santa Claus. It makes my heart happy. You know? But yeah, links for everything will be down below. I'm sure you know how YouTube works. That is it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.